Hello everyone, Manthral here, and welcome to the weekly update for OSRS. Now this week is poll number 69, which is game improvements, BH rewards, and the welcome screen. So first up that they have listed is the Phoenix Recolors for the Phoenix pet. It says it can now be recolored by using 250 of the same color firelighters on it. Another 250 red firelighters will turn it back to its original color. It says, please note this is not an unlock and will require to use 250 firelighters on the Phoenix pet each time you want to recolor it. So that's pretty cool. It gives uses for the firelighter, or pretty heavy use for the firelighters actually. Up next we have the Explorer's emote, which, if you have completed 600 beginner clue scrolls, you can unlock the emote. Now, if you have already met these requirements, it says you will just need to open up one more beginner clue casket to unlock the emote. Bounty Hunter rewards. This is back when we were testing the Bounty Hunter rework. They added a ream pouch and looting bag to Slayer Master Reward Shop to ensure they were still obtainable. They have done the same on this occasion and taken the opportunity to make other items available via PvP activities. Since Bounty Hunter is now inaccessible until its re-release, they made the following rewards available elsewhere. Slayer Masters now sell the Rune Pouch for 1.2 million coins. Iron players cannot purchase this. Slayer Masters now sell the looting bag for 30k. Iron players can purchase this. The Ornate Maul handle is now available Last Man Standing reward shop for 15 points. Sarah Doman's tier is now available in Last Man Standing reward shop for 150 points. The Magic Shortbow scroll, Ring of Well scroll, and clue box have been added to the Wilderness Slayer loot table on the enchantment roll. And it says they will be monitoring the Last Man Standing store to ensure that these prices are fair. Up next, back in September, they tested out an updated welcome screen layout, which replaced the redundant information and dead space along with the information of the game content. They're pleased to announce it went very well, and it says they will see the style be rolling out here soon, which in all honesty is kind of very similar to RS3, except for you don't have all that clutter of all the MTX, which I'm sure a lot of people in RS3, myself included, would like to see that gone. Not that MTX is necessarily bad with cosmetics, but shouldn't be so forced. In other news, while Bounty Hunter is on hiatus, the Bounty Hunter world will be PvP world. This means World 324 and 325 will both be PvP worlds simultaneously. They will also be making the following changes to all PvP worlds. The PJ timer will be extended from 10 seconds to 15 seconds in single-way combat. With more players using PvP worlds in the absence of Bounty Hunter, they've had some feedback about how these should work. So they reduced the range of combat levels for permitting combat from 15 to 10. This way, there's a little bit less of a gap, a little less harassment for lower players. It also gives you a little bit more time for recovery. Within the wilderness and on those worlds, the permitted level range still increases in accordance to how deep you are in the wilderness. That's something they should do in RS3 if they haven't already. These changes may be tweaked or even reverted if they don't improve the PvP experience. So they are working with people, and there is changes coming if need be. Other changes. Baby dragons now have their color and a name in order to help colorblind players determine which is which. The full and half full imp in a box is now more distinguishable from the empty one. The tier 4 armorer in Lavakengi, or Lavakenge, I'm going to call it, now has some drawers to search for supply crates, as promised in his dialogue. While the Bounty Hunter world is unavailable, the Emblem Trader in the Revenant's Cave will trade artifacts on World 318 and 319. High Stakes LMS has had its entry fee raised to 100k. It may raise further in future updates if traffic holds up. The Spice Rack entry in the Constitution Skill Guide now lists all requirements to build one, and that is actually it. This is what I love about OSRS. Everything is precise and to the point. There's not a huge backlog. I will admit, this is actually very nice. It's very clean, very nice. And speaking as far as OSRS videos coming from me in the future, they will be coming. I'm not sure entirely what yet, so let me know what you guys want to see me doing. I'm still kind of a noob. I will admit the one thing I do really love about OSRS is the mobile. The mobile runs a lot smoother. The game actually looks like it's meant to be played on mobile as well. RS3 is kind of a bit much for mobile. And I think the OSRS is a perfect one for it. Other people have mentioned that there is stuff for, visuals and interfaces and stuff like that, which is like, I think it's like Room Buddy and stuff like that. So there is things that you can do to enhance your experience with OSRS that is actually considered to be okay, from what I have heard. Now, I can't 100% guarantee that a Rune Light or a Room Buddy... I think it's Rune Light. Sorry, Room Buddy is something else. Ignore that. That is something I remember from something a long time ago. Rune Light is what I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of. And that is the one where you can actually, change stuff about the game. There is different things you can change as far as appearance-wise goes. But overall, the graphics aren't bad. It's just, for me personally, I know this is going to sound really, really crappy, but being able to customize my keys and have WASD as my camera movement is actually a huge deal for me. So if anybody out there knows a way to do this, let's say Rune Light actually does allow that, that would be a huge game change for me, and I would probably actually start having more OSRS videos out more frequently. But until then, they might be few and far between. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, later guys.